Now, every now and then here at the Independent Republic, we get something to cheer about. And tonight, I'm particularly proud to bring you some very good news indeed. Thanks to my colleague Piers Morgan at TalkTV, an NHS doctor who also operates as the UK head of a banned terrorist organisation called Hizb ut-Tahrir, has been suspended from his job as a GP working in North London. Abdul Wahid has been practising as a doctor for more than 20 years, and he was attached to a GP direct practice in Harrow since 2002. But he appeared on Piers Morgan's Uncensored show last year and revealed his true beliefs about the Hamas terrorist attacks on October the 7th. He consistently refused to condemn the brutal murders, denying that they had indiscriminately slaughtered more than 1,400 civilians, and he labelled them a resistance organisation. At one point, he even doubted that the killings and atrocities had ever happened. One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, he said. Naturally, Piers gave him short shrift. But there was a public outcry that an Islamic extremist with such views could be allowed to continue to work as a doctor in the NHS. On another occasion, he told a baying crowd at a pro-Palestine rally outside the Egyptian embassy, "Victory is coming and everyone has to choose a side. Whose side are you going to be on?" He also welcomed Hamas, giving Israel a very welcome punch on the nose. Well, speaking as someone who's seen what happened on that terrible day, I would not call beheadings, burnings, rape or torture as anything like a punch on the nose. This man is abhorrent and he has no business being anywhere near the NHS, never mind Jewish patients who would be forgiven for wondering what treatment he was actually meting out to them. Abdul Wahid is also known as Dr Wahid Asif Shaida. You'd have to wonder why he needs two names and what else he's been up to. While everyone on the Independent Republic should rightfully praise the NHS for removing him from his place of work, there is nothing to stop him working privately. And that surely must also be a concern. The General Medical Council must now do the right thing and strike him off their register for good. I'd say we should not only make it impossible for him to work, we should seize his £850,000 house and we should deport him to the nearest country that hasn't banned Hizb ut-Tahrir, and that would outlaw most of the Middle East, where it is recognised as a dangerously extremist terror group. Finally, the UK prescribed it as such just this year. But here's what I want to know. How many other Dr Wahids are there in Britain? In the NHS, in the police, in our local councils, and attached to community groups all over the country. Tony Blair wanted to ban them because of their perceived role in the 7/7 bombings in London. Let's root them out now before they do any more damage.